He's a good point guard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You get the point.
Exactly.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Three Wise Men Media. I'm Austin Torres, and I'm joined here with my friend Tyler Elkins. And we thought we would have some fun today in honor of March Madness and the crazy tournament this year. Let's do a basketball video. And what better than to combine basketball with our mutual love of horror movies. So welcome to this Would You Die basketball special.
Yeah! Austin and I are going to pick players from your favorite horror movies. Some of them appeared in Would You Die episodes. Some of them haven't appeared in Would You Die episodes yet. But we're going to build our teams in a draft style to create perfect killing machine basketball teams out of your favorite horror movie icons. And I can't wait to do it. Austin, you get the first pick if I'm not mistaken.
We're going with point guards first. Who better to point than my man Freddy Krueger?
Very good pick.
Freddy Krueger stands at 5'9", so he's a little shorter on the NBA spectrum, but this is a horror spectrum. Height doesn't matter. He weighs in at 165, and while doing research for this, I determined his age to be around 37. As someone from Springwood, Ohio, it makes sense that Freddy would be an Ohio State Buckeye.
Oh no.
It be like that sometimes. For those who actually like basketball, for Freddy Krueger style, you gotta think of a bad boy. Who's a better bad boy than Isaiah Thomas? And with the finger knives, like, come on, that's the point.
Well, Austin, that's a great pick for point guard. But playing point guard for Tyler's Terrors, which is a name that I just came up with. I didn't clear it with you first. I just thought of it as I was sitting here.
I love
playing
it.
Point guard for Tyler's Terrors, standing 1 foot 6 inches, weighing in at a whopping 2 pounds, from DePaul University in Chicago, Illinois, Chucky. And I'm choosing Chucky to be my point guard because he's going to distribute the kills to everybody else. He's good at chasing people. We saw him chase that teacher. He's good at chucking people out windows. The comparison that I'm going to bring here is another short fella who did very well in the NBA, had an illustrious career, and even appeared in the very famous movie Space Jam, Alistair Dillon. Muggsy Bogues is my comparison for Chucky.
Beware Tyler's Terrors.
Beware of Tyler's Terrors. And then now I get the second pick, and we're going to go with the shooting guard position. Normally a position that you have somebody who can score, who needs to be a little bit of a distributor as well, maybe your best shooter on the team. And for me, I'm going from USC, the University of Southern California, standing in at 6'3", 160 pounds. He's the youngest player on my team, Ghostface. And why am I choosing Ghostface? Again, he's got that traditional build. He's not super duper tall, but he's kind of tall. He can play defense. We know he's got a hard nose because he takes a beating throughout the Scream series, but he keeps on ticking. He's very accurate. Just ask Drew Barrymore when she tries running through her backyard.
Can I say something about Ghostface?
Absolutely.
The best thing about Ghostface as a shooting guard is we don't know who's under there.
Right.
And if you got Stu, Stu's gonna break your ankles. He's only gonna use like 1% of his power.
In the comparison, the NBA player who I think best exemplifies Ghostface is going to be the answer, Allen Iverson. Just like I said, Allen Iverson, a little bit undersized for the position. And what did he do? He used to drive the lane. He used to get whacked and hit, clobbered, and he would still score all those points. And that's why Allen Iverson and Ghostface are one and the same. Who did you draft?
So for shooting guard, I'm going a little undersized. At 5'5", 120, he's 17 years old, the youngest and smallest player on my team. Like Errol Boykins, he might just be my X Factor. I'm going with Teen Wolf.
That is such a good pick. Please tell me why you picked Teen Wolf.
Well, we've all seen Teen Wolf. He can dunk. He just dominates the court on defense and on offense. You got to talk about his vertical, man. I am not sorry for what I'm about to say. He goes beast mode.
He does.
You would think like his hairs get in the way, but no, he is accurate. Like he's got range. He'll put you on a poster. He just takes over the game, man.
He really does. That's a very good pick, and maybe the best player that you've drafted. I don't know who else you've got lined up, but Teen Wolf, we're probably gonna have to play some double teams on Teen Wolf here.
With the small forward, I decided to have a little height at 6'5", 200. That's not particularly big for like NBA, but with who we picked so far, he's towering over them.
Right.
Kind of like the left-handed James Harden, this next guy has a mean hook shot straight out of the Fighting Illini of Illinois. I'm going with Candyman.
Candyman. I'm not going to say his name anymore because I'm terrified, but that's a very good pick.
Yeah, I don't want to say his name again either. I covered him. I said it enough then.
Yes.
He's got height. He's a ghost. He'll be up and down the court. He just puts terror in anyone who matches up with him. And like I said earlier, hook shot, boom.
And I'm going to follow up my two picks here. I took Chucky. I took Ghostface. And I'm going to take a small forward again. Yeah, I'm going to go with a little bit of height, just as tall as Candyman here standing in at 6'5", a little bit lighter, 195 pounds. From Duke University, the Blue Devils, I'm going with the master of the lament configuration himself, Pinhead. The reason why I'm going with Pinhead is because he's going to enjoy your suffering. He's going to give you headaches because he's going to pop out of nowhere. He's going to be a classic wing who, just when you least expect it, he's going to pop up at the end of the movie and he's going to drain a three-pointer right in your face to send you home, to send you packing. He's going to have some nasty defense. You've seen him shoot those chains into people's skin. You've seen him do some pretty gruesome things in his movies. And that's why I'm going to compare him to Meta World Peace, Ron Artest, because both of them are just some nasty dudes who don't mind getting mixed in there and kicking some butt. So I go Pinhead at the small forward position.
Now that's a battle I would love to see. Both Clive Barker, same height, basically the same weight. Ooh, Candyman Pinhead.
That's nasty. I'm going to go with the power forward position here. I want to get somebody who's good in the post, standing in at 6'3", a little undersized for his position, but wait till you hear what I have to say for this. 230 pounds from Louisiana State University, the ghost of the Bayou, Victor Crowley. And now you did an extensive research into Victor Crowley, so you know what this guy's capable of. He's nasty, and he's going to be nasty in the post for Tyler's Terrors. He's a little bit undersized. He's only 6'3". You know who else was undersized? Charles Barkley was an undersized power forward who is the round mound of rebound, and Victor Crowley is going to be the big head of everybody who's dead, I guess. I don't know.
I love the Victor Crowley. Let me just say, I love the Victor Crowley pick.
Who'd you take, Austin? Who's your power forward?
Well, for Austin's atrocities.
Oh, very good.
I just came up with that one too. I'm gonna pick a bigger bully.
Who could it possibly be?
6'5", 275 pounds. He's technically 74, but he's technically dead. Out of Seton Hall, I'm going with Jason Voorhees.
That's a great pick. He's an icon. He's a legend.
He's tall, physically intimidating. The NBA counterpart for him, I think, who plays meaner, who plays more physical than Draymond Green right now?
Oh, yes. You love your Spartans.
Yeah, I do. I'm just saying, you better box out because he's going to push people down. It is not nice, pretty basketball. It is smash mouth basketball. So I guess I'll go next. Onto the center position. I'm going with size.
Yes.
I'm going with size. Just like Jason, I want to beat some people up. So at 7 foot, 450 pounds, probably out of UCLA because I don't think NASA has a college.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm going with Predator.
Oh!
He's big. He's mean. He can go toe-to-toe with Arnold freaking Schwarzenegger. With his mask, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a killer 3-shot. Like, you know Predator has range. Predator's going to play like Shaquille O'Neal, except with better three-point shooting.
If Shaquille O'Neal could make his free throws, which I think Predator could, he would be even more dangerous. Jeez. So I'm going to follow up your pick, which is a very big fella, 7 feet tall, 450 pounds. But my guy needs to be bigger. Standing in at 8 feet tall. Granted, he is a little bit lighter, 350 pounds, coming out of West Virginia University, the monster of the Midwest, Pumpkinhead. Summoned by Lance Henriksen to avenge his dead son, Pumpkinhead is going to be a force in the post. He's going to play defense. He's going to play a little bit of offense. But basically, I got him down there so that he's going to block any shot that comes into the post. And I compare him to Yao Ming. Big, physical, maybe a little bit on the lighter side, but a giant who can play some basketball. And he's definitely going to help us out in the post, paired up with Victor Crowley. So I'm very excited. We're getting a lot of masculine energy. And I think we need to bring out our 6th female or final girls to really round these teams out, to make sure that we get them super duper balanced. So Austin, who's your pick for the final girl coming off the bench?
For my final girl, I need a fighter. I need someone who's not going to give up despite going against insane odds. I need someone who, well, frankly, can run.
Yeah.
Who better than to go with Sydney Prescott, played by
Ned?
Of
course. You've got to go with Sydney Prescott.
I mean, we've all seen the Scream movies. We know she can run. She's not afraid to get physical. She does what she has to do to survive, and I think that'll translate to doing what she needs to do to win.
Ooh.
She's not going to be afraid of the bigger, more imposing players. Ghostface would say that from experience.
I was going to say she's a matchup nightmare for Ghostface at this point. So that's a very good pick. I think that you can't go wrong with Sydney Prescott, but I'm going to try to beat you here. I'm going to try to go with a little lesser known final girl, but maybe the best final girl in all of cinema. From your next, I'm going with Erin. And I'm going with Erin because she was so resourceful. She knew how to survive. And if one of these guys go down and we need to plug her in the game, she can play any position. And she's tough as nails, arguably tough as nails that are in Pinhead's head.
That's an awesome choice. Quite frankly, I would love to see that one-on-one matchup.
Instead of Freddy versus Jason, let's get Sydney Prescott versus Erin and have them make that movie. But it has to be a one-on-one basketball game.
Well, obviously.
Here's the big question. Moving on from the draft, we've got our teams drafted. So what would be your team's game plan if they were in the March Madness tournament, Austin?
Well, I think the key to my team is Predator.
Very interesting.
As someone who went to Michigan State, I was in the Michigan State band. I watched a lot of Spartan basketball. So I know the Big Ten. And to win the Big Ten, you have to have an elite big man. The Big Ten's full of them. Look at Luka Garza. So for me, the key would be Predator. Freddy Krueger is going to be a pretty good game manager. And if for some reason teams are smart enough to focus on Predator, slowing him down, that's why I got Teen Wolf. And with Candyman and Jason Voorhees, I think that's a lockdown defense. Hard-hitting basketball.
Absolutely. And I'm sort of in the same boat with you, with Tyler's Terrors. I mean, we're both from Michigan. We're both from real close to Detroit, Michigan here. The Bad Boys were just the greatest basketball team of all time. That's what I've done. I picture Pumpkinhead almost being like the Bill Laimbeer, who's going to play some nasty defense, keep you out of the post. We're going to have Victor Crowley as Rick Mahorn. We're going to have Pinhead as John Sally. Mark Aguirre at shooting guard with Ghostface and point guard. Well, you've already got Isaiah Thomas, so I won't steal him. But that's how we're going to run our team. It's going to run through Chucky into the post. We're going to get Pumpkinhead. We're going to get Victor Crowley involved. And when they're covered, we're going to dish it out to Pinhead, who's going to be hitting threes. And then Ghostface is also going to be able to drive the lane, suck in the defense, distribute back to Pinhead, again for easy threes, or he can dish to the post, Victor Crowley and Pumpkinhead. That's how I would run my team. That's how we would try to navigate the March Madness tournament. So we've got the players.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the bench players. We've got the game plans. But Austin, and I think I should hand this to you, would our team survive March Madness?
Well, they call it madness for a reason, right? Look at this tournament. My bracket was busted the first night. for those watching, we're not going to pit our teams against each other. Because honestly, it'll probably be 7 overtimes. Tyler and I really like that Midwest beat-em-up basketball.
Exactly.
Big Ten, bad boys. We just like tough physical ball. So honestly, our teams are very similar.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as surviving March Madness, I think your team definitely has the talent to win it all. I think your team is an easy Elite Eight, but foul trouble.
Yeah.
If Victor Crowley and Pumpkinhead gets into foul trouble, that could be an out in the Final Four. So I think you guys go far, but you'll go the way of the Zion Williamson Duke.
Very, very interesting analysis. And looking at your team, I'm looking at it, and again, like you said, we're built very similarly. But here's the thing. I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it because you assembled a great team. I think that your team could actually make a run all the way to the finals, if not win the whole thing. And here's the difference between your team and mine. Austin's Atrocities have more scoring options. If I'm looking at Chucky playing point guard, he's really just a facilitator. Freddy Krueger, he does have the glove on, but he can still score some points. You've got Candyman, who you said yourself has a nasty hook shot. You've got Jason Voorhees, who's going to be able to score in the paint. Predator, who's going to be able to score in the paint. And I do think the X factor, you said it in your analysis when you drafted him, it's Teen Wolf. He was an offensive juggernaut. What puts your team over the edge, gets them a little bit further than mine into the finals, maybe even the championship, is the fact that you have Teen Wolf, who can score a bunch of points real fast.
And let's not forget our final girls. Erin could go off. Erin could will your team into the Final Four.
Exactly. All it takes is for one player to get hot, and they turn your team into a Cinderella, and you can make a Final Four appearance. We've seen it happen a million times. But yeah, this was a lot of fun, Austin. I love drafting these teams. I think next year we should do a lineup full of final girls with a horror icon coming off the bench.
You already know I got Sydney Prescott. I already know you got Erin. So for those watching at home, thanks for watching. I really hope you had as much fun as we did. If they went head-to-head, who do you think would win? Austin's Atrocities or Tyler's Terrors? Do you think one of our teams would make it through March Madness? Do you think any of our teams could take on Michael Jordan and the Bulls? Comment, like, subscribe, do all that fancy smancy stuff, and let us know. I'm Austin Torres.
And I'm Tyler Elkins.
That's been a Would You Die basketball special. Try not to foul.